Football is a game that never stops producing new stars. From Messi and Ronaldo to Mbappe and Haaland, every generation has its icons. But today, two young names are leading that conversation: Cole Palmer and Lamine Yamal. Palmer, the calm finisher carrying Chelsea on his back in the Premier League. Yamal, the fearless teenager dazzling for Barcelona and Spain. Two very different players, two very different journeys, but both creating debates everywhere. Who's better now, and who will own the future of football? When Cole Palmer left Manchester City, the football world raised eyebrows. Why walk away from Pep Guardiola's system? Why take the risk of joining Chelsea, a club in transition with no guarantees? But Palmer silenced the doubts almost instantly. At Chelsea, he didn't just adapt, he took over. From penalties under pressure to open play brilliance, Palmer became the go-to man. He scored against the biggest teams, delivered in crunch moments, and gave Chelsea something they desperately needed: consistency. Think about it. In a team struggling for identity, Palmer became the identity. His composure on the ball, his calmness in front of goal, his ability to dictate tempo, it all stood out. When Chelsea needed a leader, Palmer stepped up, not with words, but with performances. And let's not forget the context. The Premier League is unforgiving. It's fast, physical, and chaotic. To shine here, especially at a young age, is a statement. Palmer isn't just good. He's proving he belongs at the very top. Now let's cross over to Spain. At Barcelona, a teenager is rewriting the rules. Lamine Yamal, at just 16, was already starting matches that most players can only dream of. By 17, he was dazzling for Spain on the biggest international stage. What makes Yamal so special? It's the fearlessness. He takes on defenders without hesitation. He dribbles with elegance, with creativity, with confidence that belies his age. Watching him, you see echoes of Barcelona's great traditions: flair, imagination, and total football intelligence. At Euro 2024, he delivered a moment that had the whole world watching. For Barcelona, he's already trusted in El Clasico, in Champions League nights, in games where legends are made. And the scary part? He's still just a teenager. Yamal doesn't play like a kid finding his way. He plays like he's been here for years. He doesn't just survive in games, he influences them. That is the mark of greatness. To compare these two properly, you also need to understand the worlds they play in. The Premier League is a test of survival. Every match is a battle, every mistake punished. Cole Palmer has proven not only that he can survive, but that he can lead. To be Chelsea's best player in the most competitive league in the world says everything. The La Liga environment is different. It's technical, tactical, built on possession and creativity. It's where players like Iniesta, Xavi, and Messi thrive. And Yamal fits that perfectly. His dribbling, his vision, his decision-making, it all belongs in La Liga's tradition of artistry. So when people argue Palmer versus Yamal, remember this: they're not just battling as individuals, but also representing two completely different football cultures. So how do they stack up side by side? Palmer is a controller. He dictates tempo, picks the right pass, and delivers when the moment is at its most tense. He's clinical, reliable, the kind of player a manager can trust. Yamal is an exploder. He's unpredictable, dazzling, capable of producing a moment of magic that turns a match on its head. He's less about calm control and more about spark and inspiration. Palmer is the surgeon, precise, measured, calm. Yamal is the artist, bold, creative, fearless. Both styles are crucial. Both win games, but they do it in completely different ways. So the big question, who's better? Right now, the edge goes to Cole Palmer. He's proven himself in the Premier League, carried Chelsea, and delivered with consistency. In terms of present-day impact, Palmer is ahead. But when we look at the future, the story might change. Lamine Yamal's ceiling is frightening. At 17, he's already shaping games for Barcelona and Spain. If he continues on this path, He could define the next era of football. And maybe that's the real answer. Palmer is the star of today. Yamal is the star of tomorrow. And together, they remind us why football is the most exciting sport in the world. So now it's your turn. Who do you think is better right now? And who do you think will dominate the future? Drop your thoughts below, because this debate is just getting started.